Saudi Cup. Hi YouTube friends. This is a second part of my video about my experience in Thailand. As I said in the first video, I'll try when I travel to make a video after my trip to talk about my experience and share about ideas. Yeah. So this is the second part. We were talking about Thai people. So Thai people are very easygoing, very friendly people, not distant at all. Uh, Everyone is smiling. This is very striking in Thailand. Everyone, almost everyone is smiling with you. If you just see someone and you smile with that lady or that guy, he will smile with you. That's very cool in Thailand when you maybe someone is riding a bike and you see them, they look at you, you look at them, and you look at him and he looks at you, and you just smile, they will smile back. I tried it in Northern Europe. It does not work like that. People do not smile a lot in Northern Europe. I don't know why. They are stressed out, and I feel that I'm also a little bit stressed when I'm Northern Europe. It's not like when I was in Morocco or Turkey. There I could relax and people are very talkative. Like in Turkey, it's very easy to approach people just to know about Turkish culture, know about Turkish guys, what they do, or Turkish girls. It's very easy. I remember I was back in Istanbul. I was in a restaurant, and I don't know, how do you call it? The waiter messed up with the some tables because he talked with me in English. I replied back in Turkish. Then he started to think that all foreign people can speak a little bit of Turkish. He went to another table. People looked like Turkish, but he spoke Turkish, but they were from Spain, but immigrants from Morocco and Spain. And it was a funny situation because he forgot, and he started to speak in English with Turkish people at the end. So it was very funny, a funny experience. I laughed a lot, and there was a table with all Turkish girls, and they also laughed a lot. And I don't remember how, but I just said a joke, and they just said, "Ah, come over and sit here. If you want, you can eat or dessert." And they're very friendly in Turkey. Um, so in Thailand, it's the same. I have a video of this in Turkey, but I haven't been able to upload it until now because I had a lot of stuff to do. But um, I'll do it, and if I have some time. Back in Thailand, people. So as I told before, when you say hello to someone in Thailand, you are not likely to do like that in Europe or US. You don't do that in Thailand. You just say "Sawadee Krap." And if you are Thai or you live in Thailand, uh, maybe you can help me and tell me why it's precisely this way of joining both hands and saying hello. Um, I was in Koh Samui on that island, the third biggest island I think in Thailand. It's the first one is Phuket, very touristy place, and then Koh Chang, and then Koh Samui, and then some other islands. I don't remember the size of each one. But Koh Samui is the third in terms of surface, and it was quite amazing. There are a lot of massage parlors in Thailand, and very cheap. Like for 1 hour Thai massage is maybe $6, $7 US dollars per hour. I'll not use euro because some people from other countries do not have an idea of how many is 1 euro, how much is 1 euro. So I'll use the US dollar basis. Um, so there was a lady cleaning the window of the massage parlor from the inside like that, and I was with a sponge, and I was outside, and I don't know. When I'm silent, I like to say hello to everyone. I don't do that in Europe because in Europe, when you say hello to not all Europe, but in big cities in Europe, when you say hello to somebody you don't know, it's like not natural. People will say, "Why do you say hello to me? I don't know you." But in Thailand, you can say hello to everyone if you say it in Thai. So as she was inside and I was outside, she could not hear me, so I had to do it like that. And I also said "Sawadee Krap," even though she could not hear me. I did like that. So this woman, that lady, just dropped off her sponge and said hello to me, and then she went back to take her sponge and continue to clean the yeah the facade, the window. So it was very cool. I don't know if people in other countries would trouble so much to say hello to you. Um, Another experience is that and when you're in Thailand, you can haggle for anything, even except in shopping malls and 7-Elevens where prices are there are price tags and you cannot haggle for those things. But you can haggle for transportation if it's not metro, and Bangkok it's fixed price. But for taxi, for Songtail, so Songtail is kind of a Thai pickup where there are some seats and you can sit on it. It's a Songtail. I made a video. I'll upload it to show you what is called a Songtail. They are usually used more on islands, I think. Yeah, also on land, but more on island and in smaller cities. I don't think you use Songtail in back in Bangkok. So you can haggle for anything. Um, let's speak about my experience in Kopangan. Like in Thailand, it's so easy to get accommodation for cheap price that you don't have to book before you go to Thailand. Except when you except when you are landing and you don't really know Bangkok, to it's better to book a hotel for or a hostel or something for 2 nights, just to be able to rest a little bit. You don't want to get to a country, enter a country, and you don't know where to go to get accommodation. It's not so easy in Bangkok because it's very big. It's a very big city. But if you are going to small places in the south, in southern Thailand, it's very easy to get accommodation. I never booked any hotel or accommodation over there, and I'll talk about one experience to show how Thai people are very patient. When you get off the boat and you get to Kopangan, or any island in Thailand, touristic island, people will come and suggest you a hotel or a bungalow or something. So if you want, you can go with them to see the bungalow. So did I, and they will say, "Oh, I have to pay the taxi 150 baht each people." So we were three, and I said, "Oh no, 50 baht e- uh, per person is too much," and haggled, and I think we paid 100 baht instead of paying 150. It was not so bad. 100 bahts for uh, 20 minutes ride, a ride of 20 minutes, so it was very good. And we got there, and there are small bungalows there on the beach. The beach in Kopangan near on the southern side is not so good for swimming, too shallow, and the beach is not so clean like in Koh Samui in Mainam. Um, Actually, in Thailand, what I should say is that all beaches are very clean, and all places in Thailand are very clean. I have never seen. I didn't think that Thailand would be a very clean place. I didn't know about it, but it's a very clean place, and Thai people are very clean. So when you go into a shop, or not all shops were different, and when you see shoes, you have to take off your shoes. Like when you go to um, temples, some shops, also mosques in the southern part of Thailand. You have to take off your shoes. They are always cleaning Thai people, and when there is something dirty, always immediately they clean it up. It's cool, very cool. And when you go to public toilets, always very clean. Uh, Sometimes you don't get toilet paper, but apart from that, always very clean. And they have maybe three kinds of toilets. One is standard European toilet, as you know it. But what's something more? I have a video of it. I'll maybe post it. Um, Second type is like underground, like Turkish toilets, and third is very similar with the Turkish toilet. Is a Turkish toilet where you don't sit, but I don't know. You probably know the other. They use it a lot in China, Taiwan, and it's more like a little bit higher than the Turkish toilet. It's not a big difference between the second one and the third one, but I know there's it. And a lot of times you just there is a basin, and you get water from the basin to flush your toilet. It's very common in Thailand. So I was talking about the patience in Thailand. People are very patient. They don't get angry for if they want to sell you something, and you are thinking about it for maybe 20 minutes, and you say no, they will not be angry, and they will not chase you for buying that stuff or service. They'll just smile with you, say okay, no problem. You can even they say you can go around and look for another place and come back if you want. They're very patient, very kind people. And so I was in Kopangan. They drove me to the bungalows. It was okay, not very expensive bungalow, a big bungalow for three people with a shower. It was about 23, 23, 20 $23 US dollars, so it was okay for one night. And but I wanted to haggle a little bit, you know. I wanted it to be about $20, but they didn't want the price I settled. So we got a disagreement, and we went out of the hotel, out of the bungalows, and we were looking for other bungalows in the area. But there were not a lot of bungalows, so we were like with our trolley and with our bags, and like walking in the middle of a countryside in a in a island in Thailand. It was very funny. Then after 1 hour, 2 hours, we didn't find anything, and we were just heading to the main road, but we met up with the same guy that brought us to the hotel. Uh, so he said, okay, for not my price, but a little bit lower. Do you want to come back? No problem. I said okay, no problem. We had no choice. So people, you see that in Thailand, when you don't want it, you can go. You can even go back with another price. So people are very. They don't get angry if you haggle and you don't want what they. Even he brought me from the pier to the bungalow. He does not get angry. He's with a big smile. I think this would have been very different in Northern Europe. I think people are not so patient here. They get really angry if they do a lot of things, but people are not satisfied. But in Thailand, the service is so great. Wow, I never saw people so. I don't know. They are not complicated. Thai people are easygoing. Yeah, very easygoing. Then when I was in Koh Samui, I met. I tried to say hello to always to foreigners. Uh, a lot of the times they didn't reply, or they just say hello and walk away. But especially Russian people did not want to say hello. So I was wondering why, and I met a very cool Russian girl who who I made a video with, and I asked her why when I say hello to Russian people they don't reply. She actually told me that Russian people do not speak very well English in general. It's not like Thai people or people in the Netherlands or people in Scandinavian countries speak very well English, although it's their second language. So they are a little bit afraid of speaking in English. There is that language barrier. That's maybe why she told me you should say "привет" or something like that in Russian and started the conversation. The only problem is that I don't speak Russian, so it's pretty hard to say "привет" and then you have to say я не понимаю русский язык, я не говорю по-русски. And it was very funny because I was talking to that Russian girl who could speak very well English, and her mom always wanted to speak with my mom, but my mom does not speak Russian, and her mom does not speak any Asian language or French. So it was always she was always saying, "My mama wants to tell your mama," and then it was very funny. Russian people are very cool. Actually, you just have to get to know their mentality and that their approach is not so direct. Getting to know Russian people is not like very direct, like in Turkey or in Arab countries or Mediterranean countries like Spain. Like it's not that it does not work. It doesn't work that way. So you have to know how Russian people are. Actually, they are very cool. But you have to learn some Russian. Em theo có xong mọi chơi video. Um, so yeah, I think it was a cool experience. I upload the Russian video with not Russian, but some Russian, some English. I got to know a little bit more about Russia. Let's see the time. 19 minutes. Okay. I have still a lot of things to say about Thailand because it's such an exciting place. Uh, what can I say more about? So meeting foreigners. Yeah, no. Let's speak about transportation in Thailand. It's so easy to get from one place to another place. You just book a minivan or something at your hotel, and you can get to almost every place in Thailand, every touristic city or not non-touristic city. It's so easy. Transportation is great, and in trains you can even and trains in Thailand is so cool. You can even have a meal. They have fried rice, pad thai, a lot of things. They have a kitchen there on the train, so that's very cool to get Thai food on the train. Um, what about tourists I met in Thailand? Well, I I am I like to talk to everyone, but everyone does not want to talk to everyone. So I can understand that some people just want to relax and don't want to speak to other people, or maybe they are afraid of talking with other people, and that's okay, no problem. But actually, I should say that from all the tourists I met very cool people from Denmark. I used to I think always that people from Scandinavian countries are not so friendly, very cold, but that's not true. People from Denmark were way more talkative and more friendly than some English people I met there that were a little bit arrogant. Not all English people. I met also a very cool English lady from in Kapangan. She was having a meal in France Plongée. France Plongée is a diving club in Thailand, and I spoke a lot. She was from Surrey, like in the southern part of London. Very cool. We could have spoken for a long time, but my pad thai came and I had to move from a table to another table. But there are also a lot of cool tourists. So I asked her why when when I try to speak to English people, they don't really react or are very cool with me. She said because there are a lot of nasty tourists playing tricks with other people. That's why they tend to be cautious when it comes to speaking with strangers. What I wanted to say that is that tourists that are the most friendliest and the coolest people I have ever met in Thailand are from Spain. People from Spain are great. I love people from Spain. No matter hombre, mujer, or I don't know, no matter age, people from Spain are so great. Let me see the time because I have to cut it, make a new video, and so on. 23 minutes. So okay, I can speak about the Spaniards and then cut it and make a new third and last part. So why people from Spain are so cool? Um, I don't know. The way of speaking, approaching, and making friends is totally different in what people from Spain and people from Northern Europe I have met over there in Thailand. Like people from Northern Europe are a little bit more serious with unknown people. It takes a long time to get like friendly. I don't know why, but it's like it's the society in the north is settled like that. You can rarely take shortcuts, but in Spain, people from Spain, they are so cool. I remember you can just when there was a group of people in Krabi. Krabi is in the south of Thailand, a city just near Phuket, but I think better than Phuket because in Phuket there aren't too many people. You can too many people. So I did not go to Phuket. I went to Krabi, and in Krabi I was swimming in the sea with a lot of waves, and I heard a bunch of people speaking in Spanish next to me, and I don't know, very naturally I said hello in Spanish, and I said hola and qué tal, and They thought I could just say hello, how are you, but and then say hello, how are you, and then I just started to speak, and we ended up speaking for 1 hour and a half, and it's so cool people, and they talk about where they have gone in Thailand, foreign part, Central Park, etc. They told me that they didn't like the Thai food, so they ended up McDonald's or places with European or Italian food. It's okay. Some people like Thai food, some people don't like Thai food, some people like Asian dishes, some people don't like it. It's up to you if you like it or not. You're not you're not forced to like any kind of food. But actually, if you eat Thai food, you can eat for very very cheap in Thailand. But if you eat Western food, it's very very expensive. So I met also in the jungle. I was in the jungle in Khao Sok. I had no idea where I was going to sleep, and I love this kind of sensation. You don't know you're in a complete adventure, and we went from Krabi to Khao Sok in the jungle, and we had booked we had no hotel booked, so we met some Spaniards on the trip, and I made a video with them when I was on the little pickup. It was very cool. I'll upload it when I get a chance to upload it. And so they had a hotel in I said, how did you find out about this hotel? He said, I started, I spoke in Spanish, and he was flipping through his iPhone, I believe, I don't remember, and said, I was just looking around, and I made a game. I don't know how you say that in English, but in Spanish and from Spain, they say pico pico gorgorito. It means like you don't look at the list, and you choose, you pick one from the list, just saying by saying pico pico gorgorito, and the one that is at the end, you select this one. So we went with them, but yeah, we got some problems at the hotel. Those people were not honest, and we were not staying at that hotel, although it was very cheap but not so safe. So it was the only time in Thailand I, I felt that it was not safe. Thailand is a very safe country in general. Um, my experience in Khao Sok is that people are not so not they are very commercial, not so friendly. I don't know, maybe it's a very touristic place. I saw on the list there is, when you go to the jungle, they want to be sure that you come back, and you should take a guide with you. If you don't, you are on the main track, on the main trail, excuse me, on the main trail, and you are not going to other places, because it's very, maybe you can get confused with the roads and don't know how to come back. So on the list you have to write your name, where you're from, and your hotel. And I saw a lot of nationalities, even people from Poland went to Thailand in the jungle. Very cool. I heard people speaking Polish. Too bad I know to just a little Polish, not enough to even have a simple conversation. So I could not speak to those Polish guys. Yeah, the jungle in Thailand is pretty cool, but there are some stuff that suck your blood, and I had one sucking my blood on my foot, and maybe one week after, I still have the scar, not scar, but Yeah, I don't know how to say that in English, but it was a really cool experience. We saw a lot of bamboos, spiders, and we went with those Spanish people. They actually they actually invited us to uh, go for a 1 day trip in the jungle with them, and we said okay. And the price at the hotel was 1,500 bahts for 1 day with a guide, and the price directly at the park with the guide was like 600. Like they found out they found out about this, and it just came to us to say we if we were willing to go with them. So it was very cool. Spanish people I've met also in Krabi, in a restaurant. I was just curious about, hey, those Spanish people like Thai food. It's not so common. So I said, let's go and I'll ask them why they like Thai food, because some Spanish people don't like Thai food. So I was very curious. My mom was like, no, you're not going to disturb them. They are going to eat and everything. Let's go. Let's see the time. 31 minutes. Yeah, maybe I'll conclude this video with that. Um, so my mom was like saying, "Oh no, don't go over. You'll disturb them," and blah 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 and so on. But didn't hear I didn't obey. I went over and I just started to chat with them. Hola, ¿qué tal? And then I asked my question why they like Thai food. They said, "Oh, we came to Thailand to try out everything." They tried out insects in Thailand and everything. Spanish people are very friendly. I don't know. You